Hello everyone, it's Stina, aka Giddy Girl, and I thought I would film my signature that I made. Again, just to remind you, basically 6 of us are doing 3 pages each, and we're all swapping. We're basically making 6 of the same, and the idea is to swap, make 6 of the same, and then swap them out amongst ourselves. And then by the time we're done, we're going to have 18 pages for our December daily. So what 18 times 4 is going to give us a lot of pages. I want to do the math on that. So what, 18 times 4? Somebody just tell me 18 times. Yep, I'm using a calculator. I'm not going to lie. That's going to give us 72 pages front to back. And so that'll be more than enough to do a December daily. If we wanted to even push that into January, there's definitely room for that. But what I plan on doing is making my, using it to make my wish list as well. So for Christmas, and hoping to use that for shopping lists and things like that, and things to get ready. So anyways, here's mine that I did. I had this paper from last year that I bought at Craft Warehouse. It's Authentique. And I love it. It's got a vintagey vibe to it. And yeah, and so I bought this ribbon at a warehouse sale, and I thought it was perfect. Everybody's going to have this wrapped around their little signature, just like you see here. And I actually attached it with a bull pen. Everybody's getting one, bull pen, one charm. I went ahead and did 2 because I'm going to use these charms within my December daily once I get everybody's once I have everybody's signature. And I don't remember where I bought these charms. I want to say I got it at a bead shop or a bead expo that I went to. So I have a Christmas tree here, and then this is a little candy cane. Everybody's not getting the same one. They're going to have one, they're all probably going to be almost all different. So I didn't have 6 of the same. And then I just love this trim. So I wanted to keep it together. I might be using this to on my cover. I haven't decided. Like I mentioned in the second video of this series, is that I want to get everybody's signature, lay them all out, and hopefully draw some inspiration from it and see how I want to do my cover. And I guess it depends on how thick these signatures are, will determine whether or not I do a soft or a hard cover. So I might actually make a cover from scratch using chipboard. Here is mine. I've done some sewing in here. Basically what I did for all my pages is I distressed the edges. I have this little close to my heart distresser. I think Tim Holtz, well, I know Tim Holtz has one because I have that one as well. And I just basically distressed all of the edges. I was sitting and binge watching Netflix and did all of these, and I didn't realize how time consuming that was. But I love the effect, nevertheless. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so what I did was I made a banner. I used some book paper, and I had recently got a book from a friend, Michelle, and she had something similar in hers, and I thought, you know what, I'm totally going to duplicate that. So that's what I did, and I did some stamping here, and I added a flower, and then I used this beautiful eyelash trim here, and I stamped front and back. And then on this, this was a cut apart from the paper pack, and I distressed the edges of this as well. And then what I did was I mounted it on some cardstock that I actually embossed. So that was super fun, and it's got some texture to it. Can't write on it, but if they wanted to, they could actually lay some paper on the back of it and use that as a journaling card if they choose. Okay. Here's my front and the back of my signature. I love this paper. I wanted to make sure it's got lines on it, so that's definitely some room for journaling. And what I did is on the inside is I rouged some of the scrap paper from the collection, and I rouged it and actually zigzag stitched it here. So that's what you're seeing. And then again, from the cut aparts, I went in and cut this part and put it there. Okay. I used a Christmas collection from my Fuse, We Are Memory Makers Fuse. You're to use your Fuse tool for it, and it's a Christmas collection that I've gotten, and I honestly don't know where I got it. I don't know if it was like an HSN buy or what have you. But anyways, three of us have, there was three sets, so the two of us have the same card. I chose to keep this one for myself. It kind of goes with the back of the signature. I don't think I realized that until just now, so that's kind of funny. And I use a fuse tool and fuse it together. If you can see, the card is kind of a shiny texture to it. And he's got fringe. Isn't that cute? So that is in there. Like I said, three of us have the same one, or two of us have the same one, 3 sets. Okay, and then here is music paper that was a part of that Authentique collection. I used a Crafter's Companion die, and I cut the die out, and then I mounted some brown paper on the back of it, some light brown, and so that way the images popped up. And then I made a pocket out of it. And then here is part of the cut apart. And then I made a little booklet with this. And what I did was I actually embossed this. You can't really see it. It is a Christmas embossing paper or embossing folder, but I wanted the texture more so than you actually seeing what the embossed image is, because you can't see it because it is pattern paper. I don't even know if you can catch it, but you can feel it. And then I had some coffee dyed notebook paper, so I basically included that and then stitched it along the center. So that's some more journaling. This particular paper collection, front to back, was pretty busy. Unfortunately, it didn't give a lot of opportunity for writing space. My thought, my ladies watch this, is that you can put some coffee. I know all of you have coffee dyed paper. I didn't include it in your signature because I figured you did. I didn't want it to get too bulky in the mail, but I figured you can lay what you want on it. And it's all scrapbooking paper, so it's definitely safe if you want to put some pictures in here. But as you can tell, it's all pretty busy in this collection. There's not, other than this page here, there's not a lot of writing space, so I try to include writing space in the signature. So like, for example, this little book here and some tags. But yeah, everything is pretty busy. The card. This makes a good writing space. This is an envelope that I included in distress, so there's definitely writing space front and back there. I didn't stamp. I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to put your journaling in there. And then I just included, again, some more of the cut aparts. Okay, and then there's a pocket there, so you can actually put a little note in there if you wanted to. And then you can just use this whole piece here for pictures if you wanted. Okay, this part here is part of that signature page on the front and back signature page start of mine, so I went ahead and used that. And so that's line 2. I kept that alone. I left that alone so that way you could do some journaling on that. And that's the back side, and I stitched along the edges and distressed it with some ink. And then here's another card apart, which I think he's super cute. And then what I did was I made a mistake when I was cutting some circles on you'll see it in the next page, and I decided to go ahead and just include it. I decided I was going to make a tuck out of it, and that's what I did. And I actually got some of the mummy stuff. It's not cheesecloth, but it's stuff that Dollar Tree has right now, and this was the natural color. And I went ahead and used one of my ink sprays, and I dyed it. And so I cut some pieces of that apart, and then I used it here on this cluster here for the tuck spot. And then what's kind of cool is it creates this little tab. So yeah, there's my tuck. Everyone's getting a charm. I made my charm a little differently because that's what I get to do since I'm making them. So I did make my charm a little bit different. And I don't have one available to show you what I did for theirs, but they did get a charm that's on a paper clip. And then what I did, again, to create some more writing space, I did include one piece of my coffee stain paper. And here's a little tuck here. Again, I drew the inspiration off of Michelle Jenkins' journal that she made for me. That was in there similar to this, and so I thought, why not? So, and this is perfect, and so front to back on there. And what I did, which I absolutely love, I'm going to take this apart here, is I made a shaker. So it's a window shaker. See? Front to back on the same sheet of paper. And this is the mistake I was telling you about. I had cut it too small, and so I had to cut a bigger piece here. I had to cut a bigger piece out. So rather than waste the smaller one, I used it for the tuck here. So, but I love that. Again, this was part of that Fuse tool collection, the Christmas one, the Christmas card collection. So I decided to go ahead and incorporate it. I was actually surprised how traditional I went with my Christmas December signature, but that's all right. It's definitely more of a vintagey vibe. But anyways, I love this. I hope they do too. I thought it was pretty cool. It's this nice window. So they all got that. And then I did a tuck flip. Here they won't be able to write too much on it again because I decided to emboss it. But if they wanted to do a matte down, they could, or they can incorporate some notebook paper or something on there and just glue it down. And then I added some lace. And then I just decided to go ahead and include a glassine bag to use how they wanted. These nice little plastic pockets that you got from Target a while back. I included one of those. This has an adhesive back, so if they wanted to use this on the back of their book, once they determine or once they make their cover, they could do that and then put a little insert in there. Okay, and then here's the other tag that I did. Again, there's some writing space here. And then what I did on this one, instead of leaving it with the red pattern on the back, I decided to go ahead and lay down some more cardstock so that way they would have more writing room. And as you can see, I did a straight, somewhat straight stitch and then a little zigzag there just to give it some contrast. And I left all the strings dangling. I love that. I just love playing with it. But if they wanted to, they could cut it. I decided I'd give them that option. I had some tea bags, and so this, you can't really tell here, but this is coffee stained. And I went ahead and included one of those. I was going to embellish it, but my signature was getting too thick, or it could have gotten too thick. And so I decided I would just go ahead and include that, and then they can do what they want. So I will probably decorate mine and do a cluster and hopefully something to kind of tie the whole December daily book in once I get all the signatures in front of me. So, and then here was just a bottom trim of the paper pack on one of the sheets. Instead of throwing that away, I decided to go ahead and include that in case they wanted to use that somehow, since it coordinates with my signature. And that's it. That's mine. I didn't do anything on the back. Like I said, I wanted to leave some journaling space. I think he says it all. I mean, I think he's a gorgeous picture. So I didn't think I needed to layer that up at all. And that's it. So like I said, mine is the 4th of 6. I'm waiting for 2 more. I can't wait, and well, I'll have to wait, haha. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and that's it. That's mine. All right, next time, hopefully I'll do number 5 and 6 together, and then, like I said, I might actually do a craft with me video into where I'm kind of putting these together. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I said I was going to do the Dollar Tree challenge, and I haven't done it yet. I'm a little nervous on it. So, but who knows? We'll see where I'm at that point. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.